adjust this camera. So, today's video topic is semen retention kills the old you. Okay? So we're going to be talking about something that's very important, okay? When you start to practice semen retention, you are going to be noticing very great changes within yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually. You're gonna see a lot of changes and growth within yourself. So we're gonna be talking about something that happens when you actually get on semen retention. Semen retention kills the old you. Okay, when you practice semen retention, that version of you that you thought was you, it dies. That old version of yourself dies when you start to practice semen retention, because let me tell you something. When you are living according to this matrix, right? You will stay in the ego. And I want you to understand that you are not the ego. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. Multi-dimensional being having a human experience. So that means you are a spirit before the flesh. So when you practice semen retention, right, you're going to unlock who you truly are. That God version of you who's inside of this body, that's you. But when you do certain activities, certain things in this matrix, you will never figure out who you are. Cold truth. So let me tell you something that actually happens to you on semen retention. When you get on semen retention, right, you are unlocking your true divine self. Okay? You understand what's your ego and what's your higher self. It's two different identities. Okay? So when you get on semen retention, you're gonna notice you are becoming your higher self, or you might actually be your higher self. Facts. And when you get on semen retention, right, all them bad habits that you had, right, it's going to replace them with good habits. Your demeanor is going to change. Your appearance is going to change. Your energy is going to change. You're going to gain some type of wisdom that you always had within you, but you just had to unlock that God divine version of yourself. But you can't do it if you're still watching porn. You can't do it if you're still masturbating, G. You're going to stay in the ego and never know who the fuck you is in this life, because you are more than what they told you. They want to take away the God version of you inside of here. What do you think porn is for? When you sell your sexual energy to these demons, you take away a piece of your soul, because your sexual energy, your sperm, is a part of your soul. It's what makes you who you are. That divine energy. So when you get on semen retention, you're going to notice, like, wow, you're going to start having positive attitudes, or have a positive attitude on life in general. You're going to be much more positive, much more high vibrational, much more happy, much more in the moment. Okay? You're also going to experience new habits being formed in your life, because semen retention will force you to cut out from the bad habits from the past, because you got to understand, you already are perfect. You know that? A lot of guys and males and females don't want to believe that they are already perfect. You're already perfect. The perfect being is you knowing that you are not this vessel. The spirit version of you, perfect. You are already perfect. It's within. You have to learn to become perfect within. But when you get on semen retention, you will realize that you are already perfect the way you are. You already are pure perfection. So I want you to understand, semen retention, it will kill the old you. That weak, puss-ass version of yourself ain't got shit on your higher self. Me right now, I will beat the shit out of old Marco. I beat the fuck out of that nigga, and that nigga was fading. That nigga was fading, bruh. But this nigga right here, boom, He got nothing on this nigga right here. He got nothing on the higher self. But that old version of me, I'll smash that nigga. And that's on the Most High. That old version of me can't do what this version of me can do. You get what I'm saying? So back to the topic. You're gonna see growth, G. And on the process, the longer you go on semen retention, you're gonna notice you're gonna be battling eternally with yourself. All right? Because you're shedding that old version of you. It's a spiritual thing happening when you get on retention, because it's a spiritual practice. So when you start to do these things, you hold on to that divine creative energy, the energy that holds light, power, the strongest energy known to mankind. You're going to be battling with your past self. You may find yourself having these thoughts to do this and do that, but your higher self is telling you, nah, that ain't you, nigga. That was the program you. That wasn't you, nigga. That was the ego of yourself. You feel me? Your spirit wasn't awakened and tapped in. Your spirit was not alive, G. Your spirit gonna be telling you like, nah, man, what you doing? We don't do that no more. That was never us. We was controlled, nigga. The Matrix had us under their control. So now, you're gonna notice that some of the shit you used to do in the past, you're gonna be battling with it, but you're gonna be winning, because when you're on semen retention, right, your spirit is more in control. You feel me? Because you are a spirit using a body. You are not a body using a spirit, G. You're, in the event something happened to you, guess what? This shit stay here. Your God self, your divine self gonna get up out of here, G. You get what I'm saying? You are already a divine being. You are a divine being using this divine vessel as a vehicle. So you're here building this vehicle, making this vehicle stronger, doing things to help the God version of yourself within. You get what I'm saying? So when you get on semen retention, it's going to kill the old you. You are battling your old self. You're battling your past habits, your traumas, your heartbreaks, your experience. You're battling that version of yourself. The more you go on semen retention, the more your higher self is going to take over. The ego will not be a factor anymore. This is why when you have a spiritual awakening, right, you go through something known as a dark night of the soul. It's when you go through an ego death phase. It's when you get to that point in your life where your ego is no longer in control of what you do. You are your higher self now. It's a process. The longer you go on retention, you're going to experience a dark night of the soul, because you are healing. You're healing that broken version of yourself and becoming renewed, refined. Also, I'm trying to see something. Okay, I thought I was going to have to pause the video because I heard like he was going to drive past and make that loud ass noise. But anyways, back to the video. When you get on retention, you are healing yourself. That version of you, when you was in your ego, not knowing that you were a spiritual being using the body, right? Your ego, before you had your spiritual awakening, went through great hell in his life. At least a decade of hell. You get what I'm saying? It all depends on how old you is. But before you had your spiritual awakening, you went through so much trauma, you did so much things. You done been through hell in this life, living in your ego. So when you get on retention, you're healing those past traumas and pains that's within your body, because this body has a lot of pain in it. Plus, you got to understand the pain of your ancestors. This vessel has information of all your ancestors from millions and millions of years ago. You know that? This vessel, it's old. Physically, you might be in your early 20s, early teens, but no, it's millions and billions of years of DNA and information from your ancestors. Your DNA holds the information of your ancestors and your past lives. You get what I'm saying? Deep, isn't it? So everything your ancestors been through, it's inside of you. All the pain, the traumas, the killings, the murders, all their pain is onto you. So you have a lot of healing. Combine that with this little human experience that you are living right now. Because this is only beginning. You thought this little couple years or a couple decades you've been here, this is nothing. You about to remember thousands of years of memory in a minute. Like, you gonna look at this shit, it's like, fuck. Wow. 20 years is nothing to us. We live forever. We've been here since the beginning of time. So like I was saying, when you get on semen retention, you start to heal all the shit you've been through in this matrix. And as time passes, you're gonna start battling, but you're not battling, it's your ego dying off. So because your ego is dying off, your ego gonna try to get you to do certain bad habits again to keep you from becoming your God-like self, to stop you from becoming your higher self. So semen retention will help you become your higher self. And if you go on semen retention long enough, you will experience a dark night of the soul. Once you do that, the death of the ego will occur and you will become your higher self like me. I know how to become or use the ego, and then I know how to become my higher self. You get what I'm saying? It's forever like that. You feel me? My higher self will never go away. I will always be him. But I know how to go back to the ego, and then I know how to switch back to myself. When I make these videos, who do y'all think is talking to y'all? Spirit is talking to y'all, me. But y'all seen I made a mukbang like 2 weeks ago. Who was talking? The ego. You get what I'm saying? I'm able to control and switch. It's like split personalities, because it is a difference. You are not the body, you are using the body. So the body, the vessel, right? It kind of like, it has its own personality in a way. But then you got that higher version of yourself using it, G. An etheric version. It's weird, isn't it? But you'll know what I'm talking about if you on that vibration, you on that tip, that level of consciousness and awareness. You know it's like a split personality disorders. You can tell. Watch some of my videos where I just be bullshitting. You could tell the ego was talking in that video, but then you could tell I'm talking in this video. You get what I'm saying? So listen, semen retention kills off the old you. Stop being a punk, stop being a bitch, stop being feminine. Become the divine masculine man the Most High ordained you to be. Because listen, the universe is waiting for you. Your ancestors are waiting for you, G. They want to see you grow. Because when you grow, they grow. They want to see you continue their bloodline. That's why you guys are here. That's why I'm here. Because we're the last ones left. We're the last of the dying breed. So kill off the old you. Kill off the weak beta cuck motherfucker, man. Kill that bitch ass version of yourself and become the true God version of yourself. So anyways, look, I love you guys so much. Y'all stay tuned for more content, and yeah, Thug on Marco Mott gang.